Okay, in this video, we're going to be going through stats and probability in Math 1. First, we're looking at the measure of center and spread. So if we just want to kind of think back to our 6th grade standards and our lessons in there, whenever we needed to find the mean, the median, even you had to find the mode in 6th grade and the range. So we're taking that same concept and we're reviewing that skill in Math 1, and then we're going to be building onto that skill as well. They kind of see what happens whenever we throw another piece of data or two into our data that is already there and like how that can affect them. So first, let's find the mean, median, and range of the particular data set here. So in order to find the median, make sure that your data is in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to take these numbers and I'm going to order them to make sure that they are least to greatest. That would be 77. First, 84, 90, 77, 84, 86, and then 90, 93. Okay, so to find the median, that's just the middle value of your data set. So we have 77, 93, 84, 90. So our median is 86. Okay, our range, and I know I skipped the mean, I'm going to go back to it. Our range is taking the largest value and subtracting it from the smallest value. So range is taking 93, subtract 77, and then our mean we're going to be adding all of our numbers together and then dividing by how many is present. So our range going back to 93 minus 77 is 16. So 16 is your answer. And then for our median, we're taking the sum of our numbers. So it's 77 plus 84 plus 86 plus 90 plus 93 and dividing it by the amount of numbers that are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and dividing that by 5. Okay, so if I was to take 77, and again, don't forget, you can also use the Desmos calculator there. If I was to take 77, you could also put it in parentheses and do all of the work. So if I was to take 77, 84, 86, 90, 93, 77 plus 84 plus 86 plus 90, 93, 84, 86, 90, 93. Close those parentheses, and then I want to divide it by 5. My mean is 86. It was the same as the median, which doesn't always happen, by the way. Okay, now we need the first quartile. So the first quartile basically just is the median of the first set. So if I look up here at my numbers, and let me rewrite the numbers down where I don't have everything crossed off. Okay, so I'm going to write I guess I could have just wrote them down here somewhere, but it is what it is at this point. Okay, so we had 77, 84, 86, 90, 93. Okay, so our median was 86. Okay, our first quartile is going to be the first section. Okay, this was our median, which was technically quartile number 2. And then our third quartile is this section here. Okay, so now I need to find the median of the two numbers here. So like if there was 3, that would be easy, but there's not. So we need to find the middle of 77 and 84. So to do so, we're going to add 77 plus 84 and divide that by 2. So our first quartile is 80.5. Again, I added those two and divided by 2 to find the middle. Okay, and then 90 to 93, if I add those two together and divide by 2, I get 91.5. Oops, and I put the decimal spot in the wrong place. 91.5. Okay, so my first quartile was 80.5. My third quartile was 91.5. Technically, the second quartile is 86. And then interquartile range. So here are your inner quartiles, your first and your third. And then the range is just subtracting those. So if I take 91.5 and I subtract 80.5, what do I get? So again, that was 91.5, subtract 80.5, and you get 11. So the interquartile range was 11. Okay, nothing too difficult here in this section, but let's go ahead and do one more. Okay, interquartile range of this one. Okay, so we have a whole list of numbers that are for sure out of order. So again, your first step is always going to be taking those values and putting them in the correct order, okay? Okay, so let's take my numbers and put them in order. So first, we have anything smaller than, we do have something smaller than 3, it's the 2. Okay, so we got 2, then I saw a 3. 2, 1, 2, 3 threes. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3 fours. Okay, 1, 5. No sixes, but I have 1, 2 sevens, 2 eights, 2 nines, 2 tens, an 11, a 12, and a 14. 2 12s. Okay, that's a lot of numbers, and I should have 20. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, because there were 20 games, so I knew I should have 20 numbers. Okay, so the mean is going to be adding all those together and then dividing by the total amount of numbers that there are, and that is 20. So if we head on into Desmos, put up that parenthesis. Okay, so I decided to cheat maybe and pull up the data on a different monitor, but that's okay. So we have the number 2. Then we're going to add 3 plus 3 plus 3, 3 threes. Then we're going to add 3 fours. Then we have a 5, 2 sevens, 2 eights, 2 nines, 11, 2 12s, and then a 14. Okay, and then we're taking all of that, and then we need to divide it by the number that there are. And then, okay. I was like, no. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I got all of the numbers, so I want to make sure. And then we're dividing that by 20. So our mean is 7.25. Again, our mean is 7.25. Okay, our median is going to be finding the center number. So 2, 14, 3, 12, 3, 12, 3, and 11, a 4, a 10, a 4, a 10, a 4, a 9, a 5, a 9, an 8, 7, and 8. And now we're stuck here right in the middle. So our median is going to be 7.5. If I was to add 7 plus 8 and divide by 2, I would get the median. The range is taking the largest number, subtracting from the smallest number. So that would be 14. Our smallest number is 2, and so that gives me 12. The very first quartile is the same concept as finding the median with all the data, but now we're just going to find the median of this set. Okay, so 2 and a 7, a 3 and a 7, a 3 and a 5, a 3 and a 4. 4 and a 4 makes that particular first quartile being 4. And then we have the second one. Okay, 8, 14, 8, a 12, a 9, a 12, a 9, 11, a 10, and a 10 makes that number 10. And then our range would be 10 minus 4, which is equal to 6. So there I found my mean, I found my median, I found my range, first and third quartile, and then my interquartile range. Okay, next one is where it gets a little bit tricky. So we have this thing called standard deviation, and I want to know how much does my data deviate or differ or be apart from, different from, is it deviating from the values that are actually given? Okay, so first let's calculate this mean. So I need to do 77 plus 86 plus 84 plus 93, plus 90 and divide that. So again, calculating my mean, I take 77 plus 86 plus 84 plus 93 plus 90, and I divide that by the amount of numbers there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's divide that by 5. And let's go ahead and go into decimals here. 77, 86, 84, 93, 90. Let's see if I remember that. Okay, 77, 76, 86, 84, 93. Wow. 77, 86, 84, 93. I just messed that all the way up. 93. 90, close that set of parentheses are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Divide that by 5. So we have the mean as 86. So my mean is equal to 86. So to find the deviation from the mean, we're going to take the number that is given. So in every single case, we have 77 that was given, we had 86 that was given, 84 that was given, 93, and then 90. And I'm just color coding this so we can better explain. And then my mean was 86. So how much does 77 deviate, 86 deviate from the mean with the actual values that are given? Okay, so in every single one of these scenarios, we are going to subtract. Okay, so 77 minus 86. Okay, that is negative 9. And then 86 minus 86 is 0. 84 minus 86 is negative 2. 93 minus 86 is 7. And 90 minus 86 is 4. Okay, so now we square that. So what number did we get? And now we're going to square it. So technically you're taking negative 9 times negative 9, We know that number is 81. 0 times 0 is 0. Negative 2 times negative 2 is equal to 4. What's 7 squared? That's 49. What's 4 squared? That is 16. Okay, so now we're going to add all of those. So 81 plus 0 plus 4 plus 49 plus 16. That gives us 150. Okay? And we're going to take 150 to find our standard deviation. We're going to take 150, divide that by how many numbers there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Okay, that number is 30, and our last and final step in calculating our standard deviation is taking the square root. So what is the square root of 30? That number is 5.477, which is going to round to 5.5. So our deviation, our standard deviation, is 5.5. So on average, my mean deviated from my actual data points 5. So there was a difference of 5, or it deviated from the actual values on average 5.5. So that is our standard deviation. We have one more example. Okay, on this one, same concept. We need to first find that mean. So in order to find the mean, we're going to add up those numbers. So 81 plus 89 plus 75 plus 80 plus 90, and divide by the amount of numbers that are present. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 again in this case. So if we head over into Desmos.com and we take 81 plus 89 plus 75, so parentheses, 81 plus 89 plus 75. And if you were in person, you're probably screaming at me because I already messed those numbers up. Ooh, I did it. Plus 80 plus 90. Close those parentheses. We're going to divide that set by 5. So our mean is 83. Okay, but with the standard deviation, we want to know how far off, how far does our mean, which is 83, deviate from the data that is given, the actual data. So in order to do so, we're going to take each actual piece of data that was given, 77, 86. I did not change these from the last example. So we're not going to take those numbers. We're going to take the ones that are actually given. And the numbers that were actually given in the example is 81, 89, 75, 80, and 90. And we're going to take those numbers and subtract the mean that we got. Okay, 81 minus 83 is 2, negative 2. 89 minus 83 is 6. 75 minus 83 is negative 8. 80 minus 83 is negative 3. And 90 minus 83 is 7. So this part over here, we take exactly what we just got, the x minus x. That should have like a little line on it to represent the mean. Which I don't know why it got cut off when I pasted the table in here. But we take what we got in our second column and we just square it. So what is negative 2 squared? That number is 4. 6 squared we know is 36. Negative 8 squared, negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. Negative 3 squared, negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. And 7 squared, which is 7 times 7, that's 49. So we need to add up all those together. So 4 plus 36 plus 64 plus 9 plus 49. Adding those together, 4, 36, 64, 9 plus 49 gives us 162. We're going to divide that 162 by the amount of numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, when I do that, I get the number 32.4, and the last and final step is to take 32.4 and take the square root of that number. So what is the square root of 32.4? That is 5.69. 5.69, which will round to 5.7. So our standard deviation, or what is the standard amount that, or the average amount, I guess, that our mean, which is our average, is deviating, or the amount of difference it is from my actual data, is 5.7. So my mean is on average 5.7, deviating from my actual values that were given in my information. So I hope this video has helped you. As always, please make sure that you reach out to Google Classroom, make a private comment on the assignment, or shoot me an email. I'm here to help support you as you are finishing up and completing the Math 1 Stats and Probability unit.